Commissioner, I think first of all, I guess you get to call this home for another 4 years. The voters of District C re-elected you for your third term. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's has been, is today, and will continue to be an honor to serve not only the people in District C, but throughout Southern Nevada. It's a true privilege to interact with people, not only here at the Government Center, but out in the Northwest, at the Lone Mountain Park, at church, at the schools. It's great, and we've always talked about it, Randy, but that's what local politics is all about, that we're not down in our offices every day, we're out in the community. We're not in Carson City every 2 years or DC 3,000 miles away. We're here, we're part of the fabric of what makes Las Vegas so great. And again, I'm just happy to be re-elected. I look forward to serving the people and encourage them once again to be the eyes and the ears out there and interact with our office, offer those comments and concerns and issues. And it's been great. I look forward to another 4 years.
And of course you did several years as a city councilman up in the same area, and I think people think of you as a fixture, as the go-to elected official in that area. What types of things have changed in all the years, decade and a half or so, in your years of public service, Commissioner?
Well, it's been interesting. The Northwest has been one of the biggest growth areas in Clark County, and not only representing the city and the county. It's always raised all those issues of growth, as far as, do we have the schools, do we have the infrastructure, are the parks built, how do we balance the commercial growth and the residential growth. So it's been an area that has always had action. The good news about the Northwest, and this goes back to my city days, is the citizens in District C and Ward 4, when I was at the city, very active, very aware. They keep up to date on the issues, which has been a tremendous asset serving in office, because they're the ones that provide that input. They're the ones that provide that direction. And here's some concerns that you may not have known about. And that area of town is, and it's done so well. We have some of the nicest parks out there now, with the Lone Mountain we'll talk about a little bit later. But I think the key has been that the citizens are active, very, very involved, engaged, and most importantly, they stay up on what we're doing.
Commissioner, I know as the chairman of the Regional Transportation Commission, transportation is very, very important to you. And in fact, during the last campaign season, we saw you on the TV quite a bit talking about question 5, which the voters did pass, which is the Fuel Revenue Index 2, I believe. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that and why you feel so strongly about it, Commissioner.
Randy, it was, I think it was, but for the first time I was elected to office at the city, this was one of the biggest victories that I've been involved with. And there was so many people involved, as far as the partnership and the construction industry, the Chamber of Commerce's, citizen groups, homeowners associations. But fuel revenue indexing, which the first go around was a 3-year trial where we raised the gas tax per gallon, and that money was dedicated to improving our streets and improving the safety, increasing mobility more efficiently around the valley. And the commitments we made on the front end of FRI1 were, we were going to come up with a specific dollar amount targeted to very specific projects with specific timelines, deadlines. And the report card came back with straight A's. We had done everything we said we would do. And I think that was critically important in building the credibility when we came back and said, our pilot program worked. We're asking you if we can continue it for the next 10 years to continue to invest in infrastructure. And it was very successful. I mean, the initiative passed with over 56% of the vote. Again, I think it was the messaging. We were very specific with the citizens as far as, here's what we anticipate raising. The Clark County Commission actually put a cap on that. So in a year that maybe that average rolling index would go beyond, we put a cap of 4 cents. We don't even think we're going to get there. But over 10 years, the FRI2 will allow us to raise $2.8 billion to invest in Southern Nevada, specific projects in Southern Nevada, priority hiring Southern Nevada workers, and reaching all parts of the community, both some of our bigger companies and our smaller companies. It's just been great, and I think again the key was it was a public safety issue, and I was very appreciative of the fact that we raised the awareness of the importance of investing in our roads, our sidewalks, our safe routes to school, because at the end of the day, people do want to move around easier, more efficiently, and most importantly, safer.
The western and the northern beltways are two of the last parts of the beltway that need to be buttoned up. Are those some of the projects that are on the table for
Very
the
much
FRA?
so. Out in the heart of District C, we have a major project, almost $100 million project that's well underway. It's been underway for over a year, but those familiar with the Northwest, at Lone Mountain and at Ann Road, currently we have lights that arterial traffic is going onto the Beltway, and it certainly causes not only backup and congestion, but a safety issue. This leg of the Beltway will build out fully the actual Beltway portion. A true interchange is going to be built at Lone Mountain and at Ann Road, just like you see throughout the western and southern part of the Beltway. And also an overpass, dedicated overpass at Centennial, right in front of Centennial High School, over the Beltway, which is another access into and out of the Providence Master Plan community. Again, it's a $100 million project. If you've been out in the area recently, you'll see that at Lone Mountain, the bridge is complete. They're actually building the road itself in and around that. Ann Road bridge is well underway. Very extensive project, and there was tremendous excavation because that part of the Beltway, when it comes down from behind Lone Mountain, is going to be depressed. So the excavation portion from just south of Lone Mountain all the way through Ann Road and around to Wallapai, a lot of dirt moving. So it's the project itself is going to be over 2 years. We're anticipating summer of 2018. So we still have a year and a half to go. But at the end of the day, as far as infrastructure and efficiency and mobility and safety, that would be just a prime project to look to as far as what infrastructure investment can do. And we talk safety, which is the priority, but also the jobs that are created with infrastructure investment, with roads, with our water lines and our sewer lines and our flood control facilities. I mean, these are public work projects that keep businesses doors open. And there's been a wonderful emphasis over the last decade to make sure that our public work projects are targeted towards local Southern Nevada workers. And our track record, again, has been excellent.
A major project that has helped traffic flow in that area and will continue to do so is the so-called Centennial Spaghetti Bowl in that area, straddling, I believe, District C and District B. But people in that area, gosh, they don't care. We need that interchange, and that has already proven to be a time saver and will continue to do so.
Very much so. We have the two flyovers that anyone that's been out there recently can see, literally, that these roads are up in the air, ready to go. The interesting thing about getting back to FRI2 passing, the Centennial Bowl had been broken up for 4 final phases, the one underway now and 3 additional phases. That third phase, because of funding, would have been anticipated being completed somewhere around 2028, 2030. So a 12 to 14 year window. The fact that FRI has passed, the Nevada Department of Transportation has now agreed and prioritized consolidating that Centennial Bowl project into one final phase. That's going to, ideally, if things go well and we get good competitive bids, we could have that entire project done by 2020, 2021, which saves close to 9 or 10 years on the ultimate build out. And that again is the investment of FRI2.